Hello and welcome to Clearview Television News. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. In the news, Northern Youth Group fumes over increasing wave of killings, says enough is enough. Israeli embassy partners Nigeria in the transformation of ideas into innovations. South Korea confirms second wave of deadly avian influenza. I am Prudence Okona with the details of these and more stories. An electrician, Bright Odi, 33, has died after he was allegedly kicked on the scrotum by Victor Iwu at Umueje Obinze, Owerri West local government area of Imo State. Iwu and Odi were allegedly quarreling on how to share the bride price of their sister, who got married on Sunday. It was gathered that the victim fell and started writhing in pains after the kick. He was rushed to the hospital where he died the following day. Angry youths besieged Iwu's family home and set it ablaze when they didn't meet him there. Interim chairman of Owerri West, Okechukwu Eyo, has said he has called security agencies to take over the matter. Police spokesman Orlando Ikoku said the Commissioner of Police, Isaac Akimoyede, has ordered that the case be transferred to the State Criminal and Intelligence Department for investigation. And the police in Katsina have arrested 4 suspects over alleged sale of a 4-month-old baby girl for 300,000 naira. Police spokesman Gambo Issa, who paraded the suspects, said they are between the ages of 25 and 45. According to Issa, the suspects are from Adamawa Delta and Anambra states respectively, but are residents of the Katsina metropolis, except Chiwendu from Anambra, who came on a visit.
Zainab Adamu, Ruth Kenneth, Chiwendu Ume has a case to answer with the police after being arrested for being in possession of a baby from a real mother. It was alleged that 300,000 naira exchanged hands before they were in possession of the baby. However, the suspect insisted that what took place was child adoption and not child sale, has been alleged by the police. 45-years-old Chiwendu Ume, who is from Ukosigo area of Anambra State, who has been married for many years, said she is a successful trader dealing on tomato and onions, who plies a trade between Anambra and Katsina. Ume added, being a barren, she discussed her problem with her brother, who introduced Adamu to her and who agreed to allow the baby be in her custody for the rest of the baby's life. Ume explained that to formalize the adoption, the 3 of them approached a motherless children's home in Katsina, where an officer prepared a letter and which all of them endorsed, as she denied buying the baby.
I gave her this 300,000 naira for her to help her life, for her not to be moving around, sleeping with men, that men will pregnant them. She is in need of the money.
Because you are in exchange. It's just a kind of trade by barter.
If this girl, assuming this girl have exactly what she's doing as a woman, she will not be sleeping around and having child. She have bear the first child and that first child is dead. This is the second one, and this second one is about to die.
25-years-old Zainab Adamu, the original mother of the baby, equally said Ume voluntarily gave her the money, adding that she gave out the baby to someone who could take care of her, instead of dumping her in the bush or elsewhere. Meanwhile, the third suspect, who spoke through our lawyer, Moses Okwa, said it was wrong for the police to conclude that the baby was sold.
The processes of adoption were followed and all the parties stated it so clearly. So with that alone, you can presume that, you can easily presume that there was this good motive to adopt a child and not to sell a child.
Okay. Police spokesman further insisted that Ume paid 200,000 naira for the baby, as evidence of 165,000 was found on Adamu as at the time of her arrest.
The course of investigation Zainab was at the beer parlor spending this money lavishly, and the sum of 165,000 naira was recovered from her.
The police spokesperson said investigation is still ongoing.
No doubt Nigeria is having its own fair share of the human trafficking business. The Kogi State government is aware of this and is continually coming out with strategies to discourage youths from embarking on journeys which could leave them at the mercy of human traffickers. Part of this strategy was displayed at the recent launch of a published true life experience titled Issues of Human Trafficking by Avoswahi patient Amodu.
Hey! What happened to my daughter? What happened to Unene?
My daughter.
Where?
My only daughter.
Where? How? I believe you know in this business you will never contact Madam again. Except you have business for us.
Daddy, please don't take me now. Daddy, please don't. Daddy, please now. Daddy, please now. Daddy, please now. Daddy, please don't leave me now.
Tell the client.
Patient's story is pathetic, but have been turned into a counseling tool to support victims and discourage youths from undertaking dangerous and risk-filled journey abroad in search of greener pasture. Patient said, most victims of human trafficking are not only left with physical scars, but also some psychological trauma, which is at times more difficult to treat.
I want to use this book as a point of just like as an instrument, or my story rather, as an instrument to rescue those that are about going into it, those that have not heard about it, and those that are into it already, to tell them there is life, those that are into it, to tell them that there is life outside prostitution.
Representative of the ministries of education, women affairs, and other relevant stakeholders at the unveiling of the book also highlighted some of the ugly consequences of human trafficking and called on young people to learn from the mistakes of others.
I personally learned a lot from this. As a pastor, we believe that failure is not a sin, but the way you go about correcting the failure is what may be termed a sin. And you don't allow your past to affect your future or today.
If you notice that in your environment you see a girl child being maltreated, you have a right to report the issues to our office.
There's nothing stopping the government to actually initiate what is called a club on human trafficking in various secondary school or even primary school or even university, so that they will be taught and they will be enlightened.
Movie producer Samuel Jagede, who has used his film to campaign against human trafficking, called for support from the authorities to enable more filmmakers to be part of the campaign against social evil.
The film industry is a powerful tool that the government is, should I say, underutilized. So if we can look into the industry and we can encourage people to do movies that are not just entertaining but educative, we will change the world.
Other concerned persons also had suggestions and words of advice on how to tackle human trafficking.
She's going to touch so many lives, because if somebody has experienced this kind of a thing and you are able to come to others to educate them, to create an awareness, it will really change the life of others, and it will send messages to those who have it in mind that I want to go outside, I want to go and do this, I want to go for greener pasture outside.
You find out that the author of this book is still bitter because of the disgusting nature of how it all went from Nigeria to Burkina Faso, from Burkina Faso to Abidjan, and Abidjan, a quest from going Italy, actually came to a mirage.
We are going to make sure we build everything in, we translate in Igala, in Okun, in Ebira, and in Pidgin, so that these people can get to understand it. The word will get to people at the grassroots in the rural area to let them know why they should not go to outside country without knowing what they are going for. because the government of the day has provided every platform, every opportunity for the youth to shine.
The deputy governor representative at the launch cautioned parents and charged youth to be good ambassadors of Nigeria.
There is need to educate our people to be aware of such evil acts, so that when these evil people approaches, they will be able to overcome them, because information is transformation.
The event also provided the opportunity to perform graduation ceremony of the 4 sets of persons to graduate from the NU Century Film Academic. Esther Olorunfemi reporting for Clearview TV, Lokoja.
No doubt Nigeria is having its own fair share of human trafficking business. The Kogi state is aware of this and is continually coming out with strategies to discourage youths from embarking on journeys which could leave them at the mercy of human traffickers. Part of this strategy was displayed at the recent launch of a published true life experience titled Issues of Human Trafficking by Avoswahi Patience Amodu. Moving on, Nigeria's former finance minister and a candidate for the office of Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has been named Forbes African Person of the Year 2020. Forbes Africa announced this on Tuesday via a post on its official handle. Okonjo-Iweala, in response, said she is thrilled to be honored and to be following the footsteps of her brothers Paul Kagame of Rwanda and Nigeria's Femi Adesina. Okonjo-Iweala also dedicated the award to fellow Africans facing the socio-economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Okonjo-Iweala's joined the list of eminent Africans to have received the award. In 2019, Akinwumi Adesina, president of the African Development Bank, won the award for his outstanding work at the bank and a sterling career in agriculture and finance. Paul Kagame of Rwanda won the same prize in 2018. Other eminent Nigerians to have backed the award are Muhammad Sanusi II in 2011, former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Aliko Dangote in 2014. And the former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, has started an online campaign calling for an independent medical examination to ascertain the physical and mental health of the President. Muhammadu Buhari Ezekwesili hinged her decision to start the hashtag medical panel on Buhari on the fact that the country's conditions had become too grave for Nigerians to sit still and watch a train wreck in the making. The former minister made her position known in a series of tweets she posted on her Twitter handle between Monday and Tuesday. In another set of tweets, Ezekwesili said it was a reasonable demand for citizens to have full disclosure on the president's state of health. And the federal government has explained that vehicle owners in the country will pay 250,000 naira to convert their cars to autogas. On Tuesday, the Group Managing Director, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Mele Kyari, had said 1 million cars are to be powered by autogas free of charge. But on Wednesday, Justice Dere Faka, technical advisor on gas business and policy implementation to Minister of State for Petroleum Temipiri Silva, explained that vehicle owners will have different payment plans to convert their cars to autogas. Dere Faka further explained that there will be different payment plans for car owners who want to convert their cars, reiterating that the conversion is not totally free. While dismissed fears that many Nigerians will see the conversion fee as expensive, the aide noted that payments can be done within 5 to 7 months. And the Director General National Meteorological Development Center, NMDC JOS, Professor Linus Asukwo, has said that the quickest way for Nigeria to stimulate development is by investing more in research and development. Professor Asukwo stated this during a visit to Defense Industries Corporation. He said that the country must begin to look inward in order to meet its basic needs.
The Memorandum of Understanding has been signed between the National Metallurgical Development Center and the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria. It is expected to stimulate local content that will enhance indigenous production of military hardware for the armed forces need for the country.
We are going to do more of research and development to bring out indigenous materials for them to produce ammunitions, not depending on China or any other country again. And you know what that means for the country in terms of job creation, in terms of wealth creation, in terms of every other thing, revenue, for this country. I think the time has come for us to move forward.
The Director General of Defense Industry of Nigeria, DICON, Major General Victor Uzoagu, said that the organization will continue to leverage on the Presidential Executive Order 5 on local content to meet the defense need of the country.
That is going to help us really, because once we spend less amount of money in importation and spend it within the country, it means that we're going to have more to offer the nation at a cost that is going to be very, very good for our economy. And moreover, our resources stays in our country. It means that capital flight will not be there.
Professor Azuko said Nigeria can no longer depend on African supply for its indigenous production, hence the need to become a manufacturing nation.
The Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria this Tuesday in the nation's capital city, Abuja, held its annual public lectures on administration, stressing the need for all public servants to exhibit loyalty, integrity, accountability and fairness in the discharge of their core responsibilities. Clearview TV's Rose Aldo completes the story.
In his keynote address, the guest speaker, Professor Hamza Yusuf, shared his thoughts on how to revive the Public Institute of Nigeria.
That most of us here that are part of this institute now are from different professional backgrounds. Only a few of us are probably public administration graduates. But of course, to make you a better suited professional in public service is to have at least a certificate, no matter how similar it is.
The Registrar, Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria, Akin Olufawoshi, also spoke on the laid-down disciplinary measures of the institute.
The public service is not just the one coordinating the effort of people and government, but it also regulates the economy. It pursues social justice, industry and economic growth, promotes community sustainability and environmental protection.
On his part, a participant of the IPAN 2020 lecture, Joseph Haboyo, called on Nigerians to work with government to execute its programs and policies effectively.
Government is a major stakeholder in the development of a country. That's not that about it. And government formulates policies to move the country, to move the economy forward. And the first thing is for every member of the society to be persuaded to who contribute to those policies. And to build.
Once you are a member, once you have that training, you know that if anything happens in terms of corruption that is traced to you, you will be disciplined by the institute first. Before even you're taken to court and before the government, the institute will discipline you and your name will be published as well as dishonored member. So that again sets them aware. And this is what you do every day, every time we train them. We let them that you are not carrying yourself as professional, you're carrying the institute behind you. And there's ethical standard that is expected of you as a professional member. So this and many other things have been incorporated into them so that they will know that they are not working as individuals, they're working as a member of a professional body.
The Institute of Public Administration, established on the Decree No. 1 Cap 59 of 1990, as a professional body, it's responsible for conducting qualifying examination and providing professional qualification for its members. Rose Audu, reporting for Clearview Television.
You're watching Clearview Television News. More stories to come after this time out.
Bros of life! Bros of the next life! Bros of the life of the next life! Una! Arrange your voice podcast now.
Hola, 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 hola. Shift. Mind yourself. Social distancing, please.
We observe social distance in this house.
Bros, I dey watch you. Maintain your social distance.
Do what you've never done before. Find your first with the best data deals in town. Dial *777#. Glow Unlimited.
You're welcome back. And the Islamist extremist group Boko Haram has claimed responsibility for the recent killing of tens of farmers in Borno on Tuesday. The terrorist group said it killed 78 farmers in the Saturday attack in the Barmari near Maiduguri. The military on Monday said it had counted 43 bodies but was still looking for more casualties. The killing sent shockwaves across the country, drawing condemnation from many Nigerians. On Tuesday, senators called for President Muhammadu Buhari to sack service chiefs and replace them with people with fresh ideas and solutions. In a rowdy session also on Tuesday, House of Representatives members summoned President Buhari over the state of the nation's security. And the group, the Northeast Youth Development Alliance, has said that enough is enough on the killing of innocent people in the region by insurgents. They are calling on the Nigerian government to find a lasting solution to the problem. They made the plea in Bauchi following the gruesome murder of over 43 rice farmers in Zabarmari in Borno State over the weekend.
The 1999 Constitution of Nigeria provides that the security and welfare of people shall be the primary purpose of government. Accordingly, if such indispensable rights cannot be guaranteed, the whole essence of that government is deemed to have failed.
As a coalition of civil society organizations who have watched over the years with keen interest the security challenges, especially in the Northeast, we must have to say enough is enough.
Also in their submission, the entire North is worried over the activity of insurgents, which the current leadership have failed to address.
The entire North is bleeding, and no one seems to care. The leaders among us have chosen to remain silent, watching over innocent people being slaughtered, while thousands are displaced and made refugees in their own country. This was not part of the bargain made.
The group wants government to find every means to bring an end to the challenges bedeviling the North. They also want government to pursue the recommendations of Borno State Governor Babagana Umaru Zulum to curb the security challenges in the region. Only last week, tens of rice farmers were brutally murdered in Zambamari by Boko Haram terrorists.
Troops of the Nigerian army have killed 5 bandits during an operation around Anaba community in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. The Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs in Kaduna, Samuel Aruwan, confirmed this in a statement on Tuesday. He stated that the troops also rescued 9 kidnapped people from the bandits in separate locations of crossing points. Aruwan disclosed that several of the bandits escaped with bullet wounds into Malum Forest in the ongoing onslaught against the criminals that blocked the Kwanar-Sintia access of the Kaduna-Zaria Road in Igabi local government area at the weekend. He noted that during a debriefing, 5 of the victims who were rescued in the early hours of Tuesday explained how the bandits burnt the corpses of 4 of their gang members. The killer of the slain chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Nasarawa State, Phillips Sheku, has been arrested. Governor Sule confirmed this Tuesday while delivering a speech in Lafia, the state capital. He identified the killer as Mohammed Usman, a notorious kidnapper who confessed to the crime. The governor, who commended security personnel for the arrest of the suspect, said that he was apprehended at the Sakio village of Lafia East Development Area of the state. The APC chairman was taken away from his house at Bukan Sidi in Lafia on November 21 when gunmen invaded the house. His body was found the next day a few kilometers from his house. And Governor Mai Malabuni of Yobe State has urged citizens of the state to complement government effort in its quest towards providing critical infrastructures aimed at making life meaningful. The governor disclosed this in Gaydam, the headquarters of Gaydam local government area, at the flagging off of ceremony for the construction of township roads and drainages. The reports.
Hopes are high that the Gaydam township roads and drainages will be constructed following the award by the state government. Addressing the mammoth crowd that gathered to witness the flagging off ceremony, Governor Mai Malabuni said his administration is committed to providing the necessary infrastructures needed for the benefit of the people across the state. He said the project, if completed, will ease the transportation problems faced by the residents, especially during the rainy season.
This administration is committed to conducting government businesses transparently to promote accountability and save costs. Therefore, I am pleased to inform you that the award of this project has undergone the due process required. Let me use this opportunity to remind the contractors that there must be value for money in this project. You are advised to abide by the contractual terms and agreements to ensure quality work and timely completion.
Governor Buni urged the beneficiaries to make good use of the facility, calling on them to safeguard all the facilities provided by the government. He explained that his administration would open up all rural and urban areas with good road network that would stand the test of time.
This is to commemorate the official flagging off of Gaydam 2 North Township Road and First Development Project by my officer, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, today, Tuesday, 1st December 2020.
In a bid to strengthen the bilateral relations between the State of Israel and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Embassy of the State of Israel in Nigeria, in collaboration with the Office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, kick-started the IFAIR 2020-2021 this Tuesday in Abuja. According to the Ambassador of the State of Israel to Nigeria, His Excellency Shimon Ben Shoshan, the IFAIR 2020-2021, which has as its theme transforming ideas into inventions, is aimed at providing a platform for Nigerian innovators to unleash and channel their creativity into smart solutions, products, and prototypes. Clearview TV's Rose Aldo has more.
Declaring the ceremony open, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, who was represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Adeola Rahman, lauded the efforts of the Embassy of Israel in Nigeria for its relentless efforts at building the relationship between both countries.
As we draw the curtains on the year 2020 and usher in 2021, we must obviously rely more on science, technology, and innovation to emerge prosperous from the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic in all sectors of the economy. An international collaborative effort, such as the Israel-Nigeria Innovation Program, is therefore a perfect fit for us at this peculiar time in our history. Collaborating with experts from Israel, a nation renowned for its culture of cutting-edge innovation, will bring many advantages to Nigeria and Nigerians, especially in our efforts to create innovative solutions for better living and in preparation for the future.
Also, the Minister of Science and Technology, Ogbonnaya Onu, and the Executive Director, TED Fund, Professor Suleiman Bogoro, shared their thoughts on the positive impact the training of the participants will have on the Nigerian economy.
And this is how you can now grow the economy. This is how you can create new jobs. And we believe that Nigeria has the capacity to find enough jobs for all Nigerians.
What we're witnessing today is indeed unprecedented, and all the stakeholders involved in bringing this extraordinary initiative to fruition can feel justifiably proud, most especially the private firms, for going beyond the remit of corporate social responsibility to deliver this great center.
Earlier in their remarks, the Ambassador of Israel in Nigeria, Shimon Ben Shoshan, and the Deputy Chief of Mission, Yotan Kreman, noted that the IFAIR follows the success of the Agri-Innovation Seminar in 2019, which gathered key players in the agricultural sector from both Nigeria and Israel, and it's aimed at strengthening the bilateral cooperation between both countries.
It goes without saying that it is not about ideas and dreams, but about making them happen. And this is what we are trying to do in this IFAIR. It is our belief that technology and entrepreneurship are closely linked and essential to building emerging markets.
The ecosystem of innovation here in Nigeria, it's to give Nigerian bright young minds the opportunity to have the platform to create whatever they can imagine. We selected 75 brilliant ideas for startups in the fields that we designated, and we are giving them the opportunity to come here, be trained, have a 3-month course where they learn how to develop their ideas into a viable business and to create their product.
Some of the participants spoke on their expectations.
Hoping to gain a lot of things, knowledge, trainings about how to go about executing my ideas.
The opportunity that this innovation investor is going to bring is more or less a better Nigeria.
It is believed that the strong diplomatic relations and friendship that exist today between both countries has strongly influenced growth of the bilateral cooperation in the areas of agriculture, health, education, energy, and homeland security. The Embassy of Israel in Nigeria and the federal government are certain that the IFAIR 2020-2021 will help in bridging the capacity gap in Nigeria. Rose Audu, reporting for Clearview Television.
On the foreign scene, the United Kingdom has approved a vaccine for coronavirus. This makes the country the first to approve a vaccine in the world. The UK noted that it will commence the use of Pfizer and BioNTech coronavirus jab next week. Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency of the Department of Health disclosed that the approved vaccine offers up to 95% protection against COVID-19. It added that 40 million doses and immunizations will start within days for those in the first line of priority. Health Secretary Matt Hancock said help is on its way as the NHS stands ready to start vaccinating early next week. And Japan will give free coronavirus vaccines to all of its residents under a bill passed Wednesday as the nation battles record numbers of daily cases. The bill, which says the government will cover all vaccine costs for Japan's 126 million residents, was approved by the upper house of the parliament, having cleared the powerful lower house. The country has secured COVID-19 vaccines for 16 million people from pharmaceutical giant Pfizer and for a further 25 million people from biotech firm Moderna. It has also confirmed it will receive 120 million doses of AstraZeneca's vaccine, Pfizer and Moderna are already seeking emergency use approval in the United States and Europe after clinical tests showed their jabs were effective. The bill's passage comes 2 weeks after Japan's Prime Minister said the country was on maximum alert over the virus and as medics warn hospitals are on the brink of collapse. In South Korea, this Wednesday confirmed another highly pathogenic avian influenza case from a local poultry farm, sparking further concerns over possible nationwide transmission of the disease. A suspected case from an egg farm in Sanju, 270 kilometers southeast of Seoul, earlier this week tested to be a highly pathogenic H5N8 strain of bird flu. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, local authorities said they are currently culling 188,000 chickens being raised at the farm, along with 120,000 quails. South Korea plans to further slaughter 251,000 chickens within 3 kilometers radius of the infected farm as well. The authorities also plan to carry out tests on all farms within a 10-kilometer radius and issue a 30-day movement ban on November 28. South Korea confirmed a highly pathogenic AI case at a duck farm in Jeonggeop, the first of such case to be reported from a poultry farm since March 2018. Authorities have culled around 400,000 domestic birds due to the infection from Jeonggeop. And Donald Trump has threatened to veto a major military funding bill unless Congress abolishes a liability law protecting social media firms regularly accused of bias by the president. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act gives immunity to tech companies such as Facebook and Twitter from legal action on content posted by users. Both platforms have found themselves the target of incandescent fury from Trump in recent weeks after they began attaching disclaimers to social media posts by the president that claimed he had lost last month's election due to voter fraud. Trump has doubled on a month-old push to abolish the statute in response, a move that has been backed by his congressional allies. And that will be all, but before we go, a look at our top stories. Some northern youths under the aegis of Northeast Youth Development Alliance are calling on the Nigerian government to find a lasting solution to the problem of incessant killings in the country. They made the plea in Bauchi following the gruesome murder of over 43 rice farmers in Zabarmari in Borno State over the weekend. I-Fair 2020-2021 has taken off in the Nigerian capital, Abuja, as part of efforts towards strengthening the bilateral relationship between the State of Israel and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The fair is a project of the Embassy of the State of Israel in Nigeria in collaboration with the Office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We also told you that South Korea on Wednesday confirmed another highly pathogenic avian influenza case from a local poultry farm, sparking further concerns over possible nationwide transmission of the disease. A suspected case from an egg farm in Sanju, 270 kilometers southeast of Seoul, earlier this week tested to be a highly pathogenic H5N8 strain of bird flu. Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Clearview TV, like us on Facebook at Clearview Television, follow us on Instagram at Clearview TV_NG. You can follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. I'm Prudence Okonna. Many thanks for watching.